Hey folks, welcome back to the Portable Gamer, welcome back to Train Sim World, and welcome back to the Long Island Railroad. Man, should I start again? Is it going to be that kind of a video? The Long Island Railroad DLC. It's like saying Russell Westbrook. It really is. And what's the other one? The West Somerset Railway. Ooh, man. A lot of curves in that word. A lot of curves. So, I did do, off camera, I did the Suburban Sunset scenario. That was very cool. It's 60 minutes. That's a little bit long for a video. And then Race Day Run is also 60 minutes. Let's do Kings and Queens. The line to West Hempstead has been closed at Locust Manor for engineering works. Driver service from Atlantic Terminal. Man, now I got the dryer going off. I really should start over. Driver service from Atlantic Terminal to Jamaica, then return to Atlantic Terminal. I would love to. I would love to do that. Let's see, go right through here. We are loading off M2 NVMe drive now, so let's see how fast things load, or if they load any faster at all. This is a massive game. We've got about half a dozen DLC, and we're already coming in on like 85 gig for the total file size. So it's something else, man. It's a biggins. Welcome to Atlantic Terminal. You're assigned the 1228 to West Hempstead. Okay, I'm down. Is this us? Engineering works at Locust Manor means this service is only running as far as Jamaica. Okay. Should I have been looking at the number on the front of that train when it came in? Being a quick run, you're only afforded a short turnaround at Jamaica before coming back to Atlantic Terminal. Okay. Oh, you know what it's going to make me do? I can tell already. Climb aboard. Going the right way. Okay. And we are running. Running. You know what it's going to make me do? When we get there, it's going to make me get out. Well, it's going to make me shut everything down at one end and run down to the other end of the train and then get it all started up again. Now, I got some comments. Oh, I got comments. And why are we not getting any closer? Because it's downstairs. So you know what? Let's do this. Before we have any other problems, let's do this. I got some comments. Man, I love comments like this. I got one comment from somebody telling me about the train. And then I got another comment from somebody who drives the train. And he was talking about like the routes and stuff and, you know, various things. Oh, that is awesome. I love it. It is amazing to me to think about exactly that. Like, somebody does this for a living, you know, and how accurate is it? How realistic is it? Right. You know what? Before I do that, I'm going to do this. I learned my lesson last time. We need that, and then we need this. No, not that. We need this. There we go. We do that one first, and then we do this one. Go right up in here, like so, and then like so. So yeah, man, I do wonder about that. Like, right there. Sit, have a seat, have a seat, have a seat. Okay, activate the master key. Yes, I will. So we do that. Set the reverser to 4. Well, you know what? Let's go neutral. Master controller and headlights. Then we want to set this to what? Max brake. Is that where we need to be? Yep. And then we set the headlights. All right. And then we charge the brakes. Yes, we do. 90 psi. Right. Unlock the doors. And they are on that side. Unlock left. So yeah, man, I really do wonder, like, how realistic are these sims? I know they're, like, one of the things that two people said in the comments were about the speed limit. And, you know, I'm always a little bit late in this sim. I'm always running a little bit late, except on the Rapid Transit DLC. That one I can, for some reason, be on time. But, and I don't have the comment at the tip of my fingers, but I believe the comment was, speed limit in yards is 5 miles per hour. And I don't disagree with that. That's a real thing. But then the sim is saying, maybe it's 15 miles an hour, and it's basing like where I need to be and what's going to make me late. It's basing that on that 15 mile an hour speed limit that's in the game but isn't necessarily in real life. So I don't know, man. I wonder. I mean, I know there always needs to be a little bit of artistic license in sim gaming, but where's the cutoff? You know, what's the cutoff between artistic license and not realistic? Okay, so I'm going to turn this off now because we don't need that. I'm going to put her in gear. I am not going to sound the horn. I found out you don't do that unless there is a crossing, like just outside the platform, just near the platform. But you don't do that because of noise rules. Like, you can't make too much noise. Right on, man. Okay, so we're rolling, and I'm guessing when we get to the destination here, it is going to have us close down one end of the train, go to the other end. And at the end of the last episode, now I did figure it out, but I believe there's a specific sequence to, like, because you have to take that key out. And I believe there's a specific sequence to be able to take that key out. So I think you need to set the brake to emergency, which is, you know, it's a little unnerving. Because it's not, well, no, it's not an emergency, but that may be the position that it needs to be in to be able to move the reverser to key out, to be able to take the key out. You see what I'm saying? So there's that, and there's also, there was another comment that you turn the marker lights on this train from the other end of the train. Interesting. Okay. And man, I love that stuff. For me, that's a lot of fun as a gamer. I just need to be mindful, like, as we're making these here videos, that I don't, you know, I want to keep things moving along, but I don't want to be unrealistic. Like right now, this is pretty, you know what I'm saying? This is pretty laid back right now. I feel like I could get out and just stroll next to it. But this is apparently how you leave the station. And that's funny because our speed limit is 5 miles per hour, which is what that cat said in that comment. So yeah, man, I'm all about realistic gaming. I really do enjoy realistic gaming. And that, what I was saying when we were boarding the train, is it's crazy for me to think that, like, all over the world people are driving trains right now, like, for a living. That's their job. All over the world people are leaving the station, people are leaving the platform, driving a locomotive. But then more than that, I think, like, a few hundred miles north of me here in America, someone is actually driving this locomotive out of this station. Now, it's not necessarily the same route or the same service or whatever, but you know what I mean. Like, it's too busy a railroad for there to not be a train leaving this station right now doing exactly what I'm doing, but doing it in real life. That fascinates me. It really does. And I think that's what makes these sims so much fun for me, is knowing that I want to do this as well as somebody who really does it, and also knowing that I probably never will, you know, because it's just, when you do something every day and when you have the right training, you just do it right. So the closest I can come is these sims. But you know, the other thing that's great about these sims is there's so many of them, and I think I may have said this last episode, but these are all, like, subcategorized as work sims. These are things that people do for a living. And driving a train, driving a truck, mining for gold, fishing in the North Atlantic off of Norway. I guess that's the Barents Sea. Is it? It's not the Bering Sea. The Bering Sea is in Alaska. It's the Barents Sea, I think. But those are things people do for a living. And to be able to, man, I don't want to kill anybody in a video game. And I'm over the whole zombies thing. That's just, it's run its course, man. I don't know what it is, the fascination with zombies. But I don't particularly like games where people are getting killed. And then on top of that, it seems like every game that people are getting killed, somebody mods it so that now you're fighting zombies. Well, it's like I didn't like it before, now I like it even less. It's just not my style. But something like this, and I know, man, I've had Like I've been at, you know, a friend's house or something, and they've got console, and I take my laptop and we plug in the HDMI and we fire it up, and I say that, you know, these are the kind of sims that I play, and I fire up something like this. Now imagine this: you and a bunch of your friends are at somebody's house, and you're drinking a beer and everything. You know, you got some music playing, and it's a lively atmosphere, and somebody's like, "Oh, cool, I'll show you the video game that I'm playing." And then this is what you see on the 60-inch, right? Let's just take this in. This is what you see. And I've had a lot of people say, like, did you bump your head or something? Like, is this a joke? This is what you do. And I'm like, yeah, man, this is what I do. Isn't this cool? And they say, no, it's not cool. It's weird. And it is, but I love it, man. I don't know. Something about it is just, it just fits me right down to the ground. I love anything driving. Driving trains, drive a truck, drive a tank. You know, it's just a hoot. I love it. So anyway, those two things put together, the fact that we can do this at all is awesome. And then the fact that other people are doing this in real life, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Right, so I'm going to be super mindful of my speed limit now. Like the possibility that there is somebody that actually drives this train is watching me right now. I'm so nervous. Not even kidding. I'm like legitimately leaning forward on the edge of my seat. And I also got some tips about braking as far as like distances. But I'm a little bit, since I don't know this train that well, I'm a little bit like, I'm going to be overly cautious. I am. What? Oh, I just saw we're already late. How are we already late? We didn't even leave yet. Oh, game. Yeah. I mean, it's not far. We won't be that late. But we're already late. Oh. All right. All right. Oh, what else is going on? Nothing. Literally nothing. There's nothing else going on. There's supposed to be a DLC for Euro Truck dropping on the 29th, but you can't pre-order it yet. You can't buy it yet. It's not, there's no price for it yet. So I'm not clear exactly on how that's, uh-oh. Oh dear. Is it here? Is it here? Is it, it's got to be here. Is it, it's somewhere. Nope. Nope. All right, now I gotta stop up here. No, other way. So we gotta stop here. And then I'll get the wiper turned on. Right. So yeah, there's the Beyond the Baltic Sea DLC is dropping. Ah, missed it. Almost though. Let me see if I at least got the whole train on the platform. Front is on. Back, looks like it's on. Well, but even if I was that much further forward, would that back door have made it? You know what I mean? Yeah, of course it would, because it's designed to. All right. And while that's happening, let me look for my wipers. Not there. There. Nope. Right. So we lock those. We're not off to a great start. I'm telling you, man, I'm legitimately nervous. Okay. So, no horn. I have another question. I've been pulling away like very kind of gingerly. I don't want to, spill anybody's coffee. Is that a thing? Okay, so while that's happening, let me look over here. Wipers. There we go. Is that about right? It's a little fast. I feel like. That's about right. Yeah. So, yeah, I pull away slowly. Am I supposed to do that? Or just lead foot? What do people care about more? Being on time or not spilling their coffee? So, Right, and while that's going on, once again, and for some reason I think this sim lends itself to the vape, and I think it's because I have my hands free. You know, obviously if you're racing, you can't pull your attention away from the screen for a minute. But even in something like ETS, on a gamepad, both my hands are always full. So, right, like one of the comments that I got, sorry, changing topics. One of the comments that I got was the speed that's indicated on your display is like in the actual train. That's your speed limit. And right now that is saying 45. Okay, and then it did just drop to 45. All right. Okay. I thought, no, yeah, I was right. In the cab, it's saying 60, but the game is telling me 45. So even though in real life it may be 60, I feel like there's an error somewhere, because if I went 60 right now, I think, well, I know I'd get a warning for it. I think I would lose points for it. If I did it long enough, I think it stops the scenario. You're fired. Right. Okay, and this is me anticipating, going down a hill. I'm learning. So, turn this off. Do I want to turn this off? Are we coming out of this? Yeah, we're coming out of this. I'm going to leave the wiper on. Not coming out of this. Okay, wiper is off. Right, so that's there. And that's there. Okay, we're good. Maybe we are. So what I was told is you can hit the brakes about 700 yards out, but that's from like top speed. My little thumbnail that I use is the distance in yards and your speed. That's where you want to stop, right? So if you're going 50, you want to start braking at 500 yards. If you're going 70, you want to start braking at 700 yards. It's like a little mnemonic. All right. Not too crazy about this rain coming through the roof, but you can't have everything. Now we're late again, man. Okay. Trying to do too many things at once here. I'm also like dead serious about hitting my mark here. But see, this is when I lose time, because I'm being so careful about like not overshooting the end of the platform that I'm right. How'd we do? Go look at the back of the train. Oh, we're golden. Okay, but this rain. Hey, Dovetail. I don't know, man. I don't know. Okay, so things are looking up, but we're late. Now I did see, because I didn't end the last episode on camera, I wasn't able to get the train shut down in a timely manner, and there was no reason for you to sit there through that. So I went ahead and ended it, but then I did get the train shut down. And I didn't really get any points taken away for all the times that I was late. So I don't know what the deal is there. All right, we got a little bit of breathing room here. We've got, oh God, we've got 4 minutes, 4.5 minutes to go 5 miles. Well, let's just lead-foot it and see what happens. And I am going to turn my wipers on now, because I think we're fixing to come out of this tunnel. Okay. You know, the more I concentrate, the less I talk. I don't know how you feel about that. Perhaps you're like, concentrate more, talk less. But I'm trying to split the difference here. All right. And we're descending again. Okay. All right. Well, this is... I thought we were just about to come out of this tunnel. And we're not. Okay. Now here's another question I have. I was wondering about this last time because we got caught in this little door scenario. So this door fits very nicely right there. That looks like a closed door. But it also fits very nicely right here. So, you know what I mean? There's a cup holder over there. So if I close this door, is that seat available for passengers? And if I leave it closed, that's for my, like if somebody's deadheading or something? I don't know. I don't know. Tons of questions. Yeah, here's another conflict. I've got 60 on the... oh, game. I had 60 on the panel and 70 in the HUD, but just as I said that, it jumped to 70. So, okay. Works for me. How are we doing on time? 20 minutes. Okay, so hopefully we're about half done. It didn't look that far on the map. Didn't look like we had to go very far. Well, in fact, I know how far we're going because we're going to Jamaica. Yeah, that was what the scenario description said. Right on. So we'll be there in a few minutes. And then I'm curious what we're going to have to do to get this thing turned around. I think I know. Now, since it's raining, I'm curious if I can stay in the train and just run the length of the train inside. Huh. All right, then we'll see about that. And I'm also curious about those marker lights. It didn't have us do anything with marker lights when we left the station where we started. So I'm curious if it's going to want me to turn the marker lights on this end on before I go to the other end. Because that was the comment that I got. Like when I turned the marker lights on last episode, I thought I was turning them on for the other end of the train, but apparently I turned them on for this end. So we had headlights and marker lights on at the same time, which is not a good thing. But we'll see. We'll see. Should I make the call? Should I make the executive call and turn the marker lights on before we go to the other end of the train? We'll see. All right, we're going to be a little bit late. So turn this back on. Right? We got that. Speeding just a little bit. All right. And I want to know what all those signals mean. And when I first started doing this a while back, one of my first train videos, somebody sent me like a master list of what it all means. And man, that's a lot to take in. Doing okay on speed so far. We haven't done anything crazy yet. So that's good. Frame rate is tanking, man. What is... After we get stopped, I'll look at the yard, but I feel like we are definitely in a place of some intensive scenery because we are just not doing good on frame rate. Unless Windows is downloading or something. All right. Preparing. Preparing. Slowing. Now, here's another question. If I do the doors thing at this end, right? If I do the doors thing at this end with the key, then when I get to the other end, everything's going to be all backwards, right? So I need to like do the door thing on this end and take the keys? I don't know. Oh, okay. Pardon me. Shut down any active controls. Oh dear, this is what I was worried about. Okay, so I'm gonna put this to emergency. I'm gonna put this to neutral, and then that lets us. No, it's got to go there. Yes. So then we turn the lights off. Marker lights off. That turned everything off. Headlights are off now, marker lights, gauge lights, desk lights, cab lights. Yeah, that deactivated the headlights. Okay. Deactivate the master key. We did that. So then do we need to do this? Right? And then I take that over here. And I do that. Now, was that not in a different position before? Interesting. I want the key. Give me the key. Can't get it. There it was. I had it. I had it. There it is. Okay. Deactivate the master key. Did I? No. Did I not do that? I thought I deactivated the master key. No. Okay. Shut down any active controls. Huh. This might take a minute. I'll go as quick as I can here. I'm not getting any indications. Master key off. Can I take the master key? That is deactivated. Reverse your key out. Does this need to be somewhere else? Nope, I can't move that. Okay. Did I need to turn the lights off first? Heater, headlights, right there. There we go. That's what did it. Okay. Now where are we going? Just taking a little break. Tell me what to do next. Is it through there? Is there a marker? I don't want to go all the way down there if we have to do something else on this end. All right, I'm going to risk it. If we have to come back, we have to come back. So, there goes that. You know what? Let's do this. Running. Oh, dear. Running. Oh, you know what? I forgot to turn the marker lights on. Go in here. Is anything? All right. Moment. This is compelling YouTube video. It might not seem like it. Oh, but it is. Sorry about the frame rate. We were pretty good. We were pretty good till a minute ago. I think it might be this station. We'll get out of here as quick as we can. So now, if I go back in here, is it going to let me take the key? And do I need the key when I go to the other end of the train? So if we sit here now, can I have the key? Master key on, master key off. It says deactivate any controls. No. Is there anything else? Do I need to turn the marker lights on? Cab lights off, marker lights on. Oh, game. Oh, game, how I love you. How I love you. Right, so then... You know what's funny about that? Is somebody literally left a comment and said, you turn the marker lights on at the other end of the train. So that first episode, when I turned the marker lights on, I thought I was doing a good thing, you know, increase my visibility for safety. But those marker lights are, I guess, the tail lights. So what I had done was I had turned the tail lights on the front of the train and not turned them on at the back of the train. And I swear, man, without that comment, I would not, the video would have stopped a minute ago. Let's do this first. Door key. And then we're going to do comms, and we're going to do door key, and then we're going to do comms. Okay. We're going to go back here and sit right there. We're going to do all this in reverse now. So master key on, reverser to neutral, brakes to... Is it max brake? Charge the brakes. That's good. Headlights, marker lights. Oh, headlights to right. Okay. Load passengers. They are loading. Oh, man. And I'm going to turn my wipers back on. How we doing on time? 33 minutes. Okay. Yeah, man, that's what you call ironic, is it not? If I had not seen that comment, if that comment had not been sent, I would still be sitting there because it was not giving me a dialog box to turn the marker lights on. That's beautiful. It's beautiful, I tell you. They are the doors on the left. Okay. Ready? East New York. Here we go. We're not moving. Got to put her in gear. There you go. There you go. All right. And we are going to lead foot it because... Oh, we're not going to lead foot it. Speed limit. We're going to lead foot it because we're late before we've even left. Oh, that's fantastic. But you know what, man? There's some emergencies. There's some extenuating circumstances happening in the area that, you know, justify my lateness. Although I'm late all the time and there's not always... Oh, whatever. Tell you what. Let's see if we can really kick the frame rate in the ass here. Yeah, that's a big yard. That's a lot of tractor render. Let's do a little, yeah. Let's do a little screenshot. Beautiful. And then we turn this back on. And we hop in here. We can go much faster now. Let's do that. I'm also curious what delineates a yard. You know, when I saw that comment that the speed limit in the yard is 5 miles per hour, I'm sure there's a sign or something as you get to a yard that says, you know, this is where the 5 mile per hour speed limit starts. but what actually determines like the entrance and exit of a yard? Does it have something to do with activities or density of track, or is it just arbitrary? You know, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like some of this stuff I could look up, but I also feel like I have so many sims going right now, and this sort of relates back to race sim. Like, it used to be that race sims were all, not generic, but they were more driving games than racing sims, and now racing sims have become so realistic that it's not really possible to be, maybe for some people, but for a lot of people, it's really not possible to be competitive at a very high level in a lot of different cars at the same time, because they're just all so different. They all require a different driving style, and the differences, you're talking about tenths or hundredths of a second difference in lap times. So you can't, if you want to be competitive at the highest levels in like iRacing, you can't be off by 0.2 of a second per lap. You just will not be able to be competitive. So people specialize in one particular car, or sometimes in one particular class of racing. But I feel, in a way, as these sims get more realistic, that's almost extending out to all sims of this type, that they're just so realistic that it's not possible to spend enough time in any of them that you can be sort of muscle memory good at them. You know, I'm sure if you played just Train Sim World, or if even further than that, just Train Sim World, and just one train or one route, I feel like in time you would be just an absolute Jedi. But that's not necessarily the way that I want to sim. I like to have a lot of different sims going, and I enjoy doing different things. That's the whole point for me of sim gaming, is that you can do a lot of different things. So I wonder about that. I wonder if it's possible to be like those gangsters that I see that have the HUD completely turned off. Like, I'm worried about doing it right now. I have to check everything to make sure nothing sudden is going to happen. But they do the whole sim like this, right? And they hit their stops and they hit their timetable, and it's amazing to watch. And in fact, some of these HUDs, I know in the European trains, some of these HUDs have active buttons, and you can program them and put your timetable in and do all the things that you do in that real train in real life. And if you can set all that up, or if you know the route, I guess, and know the hardware well enough, then you can run like this, and it's amazing. That to me is like the ultimate realism in sim. What I'm doing right now, I mean, I try to sim realistically, but come on, this is not, you know. Now, if you put me in this train for real life, I feel like I could probably get it moving, but I would be so worried about crashing it and killing myself or somebody else that I would be just like tiptoeing along. Absolute grandma. Gonna make it? Oh, beautiful. So I feel like I could make the train move, but I would not be driving it in any kind of a meaningful way. I would just be like literally making it move and then, you know, making it stop. It'd be like if you put me in a Formula One car. You know, could I get around the track? Yeah, probably, but I might want to have the pit limiter on. So what I'm saying is, the way that I sim, I don't know that I could ever be realistically comfortable in this train in real life, but I see some sim gamers and I think, yeah, they could be. They're taking it seriously enough, and they're putting the time into focusing on just one piece of equipment, whether it's a train or an aircraft or whatever. They're putting enough time into it that I feel like they could hop in that plane. They'd probably want to have a co-pilot alongside, maybe. But you get what I'm saying. Like, they could do it for real life. Oh, that's nice. That's purty. Although, Unreal Engine, I have to say, I feel like Unreal Engine, I don't know if it has something to do with heat or resource management or what, but I feel like Unreal Engine, of all the game engines, is the one that is most likely to decide for itself that it needs to temporarily potato your graphics. Seems like that happens a lot in this sim, and also in Assetto Corsa Competizione, which is going to be fantastic when it's done, but it ain't quite done yet. It's rolling out though. I just saw an update for it today. It's not a roadmap update. The next one isn't due till, I want to say, like December 14th. So it wasn't a roadmap update. It was just like a patch update. But I think that's going to be amazing when it's done. It could be the one sim to rule them all. Because I feel like in racing sims, it's like every sim has a different strength, right? Like Project Cars 2 is very immersive, but the physics aren't very good. And iRacing is incredibly immersive, but it doesn't have good AI. It doesn't need it because you're racing against other real people. And then Race Room, which I'm currently really enjoying, has amazing AI, but doesn't have the best graphics, and so on and so on. And it also doesn't have day-night. It doesn't have weather. So I feel like Assetto Corsa Competizione, I truly believe it's going to bring all those things together. It is incredibly immersive. It does have a day-night cycle. It does have weather. I believe it's going to have amazing physics. And I think when you put all that together, but from what I understand right now, it's just going to be sports cars. And there are other sims that have, like Race Room Experience has just this unbelievable spread of cars. Here we go. And it doesn't look like Assetto Corsa Competizione is going to have that. So I enjoy all of them, and I try to drive seriously in all of them, but I recognize realistically you got to pick one, you know? You got to choose a side. I don't know if I could though. I just love all these sims too much, all of them. I don't want to pick a side. All right, we're doing it. We're at 42 minutes. So I think hopefully we're getting close to being done. I know we lost a little bit of time. And when I say close to being done, like, it's not that I want to be done. I just, I can do this all day. But I feel like wrapping up a video, you gotta have a little dessert after the meal, and then you're done. So I feel like I've learned, in the time that I've been doing this, I've learned videos have to have a certain flow. You gotta start strong. You gotta hook people in. You gotta keep them interested, and then you gotta wrap it up, say goodnight, and don't do any encores. Get on the bus and go to the next town. So to just end a video, something about it really doesn't work. You gotta, you can't just stop. You gotta end it. So those two things end up sort of competing with one another, where on the one hand it's like, are you done yet? And on the other hand it's like, I'm just trying to get to a good stopping place. So you see what I'm saying. You always see what I'm saying. All right. Okay. We are so late. Wow, God, we're like 4.5 minutes late. We're not even there yet. Okay. I don't know what the next DLC is. Isn't that crazy? You wait weeks or months for a DLC like this one, and it arrives, and you get familiar with it, and you're like, okay, what's next? I've heard that it's going to be Steam. I think they should have done it the other way. I think they should have released the Steam, or like, I don't know, a Swiss scenic route. They always have one of those cooking. But I feel like they should have released that late November like they did this one for Christmas, because Christmas is like, it's the season of like steam trains and the Santa Express and stuff. Perhaps that's just me. But yeah, I think this is a great DLC, but I'm looking forward to Steam. And what's funny about that is Steam is kind of miserable. It's like they don't drive well, they don't perform well, and they typically don't go very fast, and they take forever to stop, and they're just like, I don't know, they're just old trains. And yet they're super cool. You know, I guess different people think of different things when they think of trains, but I think for most people, when you think of a train, you think of a steam train. You know, that's what a train is supposed to be. All right, I'm gonna get it all on the platform, all of it, every bit. All right, slowing, slowing. Slowing. Oh, closer, better. All right, over there. We go out here. All right, that is better. Oh, sir, you just scoot around that railing. You're gonna be fine. All right, almost, almost. I'm concentrating. I know you can't tell, but I am. Right. Here we go. Yep, that's our next stop. The one we started at. So 1.6 miles. And this station was underground, was it not? It was. So we don't need that. Okay. Right. So I don't know, man. It says 45. We can make up a little time here, maybe. I do know how to shut the train down, so I will be able to, we'll be able to see my score together. Together. All right. Still doing okay. Still doing okay. All right, we're just going to creep in. Okay. This is an interesting way to begin and end a scenario, but I kind of like it. Wow, this is going to take a minute. If I were the kind of gamer that did time lapses, I would time lapse this. You know I love you, but man, this This is terrible. I feel like I'm doing a bad thing right now. Oh. Unless we go like AMSR style. I don't know. I don't know if this qualifies as AMSR. AMSR? ASMR? ARMS. You know what I'm talking about. The world's most satisfying videos. Beautiful. That says 15. It's all right because we're going 5. We're going over here now. Okay. Are those leaf blowers? You gotta be kidding me, man. I mean, I know it's fall and there's leaves to be blown, but it's just non-stop with the leaf blowers. Well, fortunately, we're going to be done in a minute here. Like literally a minute. Maybe 2. I'm hanging in there, man. I'm sticking around till the very end. But I know, looking back, the way that this video started, I should have just stopped right there. And if I wouldn't have been messing around with the key, I think I would have beat this leaf blower. Although, to be fair, I mean, how could I have anticipated that? Oh, this is fantastic. Beautiful. Beautiful. Hey, I also realized something else. I've been getting horrible screen tearing, and really the only way for me to fix it is to go with VSync, but VSync gives me stuttering. But then I realized only I can see the screen tearing because it's sending to my monitor. It's a VSync issue with my monitor, not with my card. And since the capture software that I use pulls directly off the card, you're not seeing that tearing. Only I am. So that's a good thing. It means I can run with no VSync and avoid the stuttering. And the tearing is just something I have to deal with, but it won't mess up the video. So that's a good thing, I suppose. Oh, this is fantastic. This is like some kind of a weird joke. We're just gonna creep in, man. We're creeping. I love it. I love sim gaming. I love leaf blowers too. I wonder if saying that will help. Like somehow. Reverse psychology. Trick them into going away. No, didn't work. Oh, we're getting close. We're getting close. You know what? Is that the end of the line? That looks like the actual end of the line in front of us. Okay. I think we made it. They want us right up on that thing. It's a little bit scary. I don't mind telling you. A little bit. A little bit. I think we did it. Okay. Unlock those. That goes there. Right? And we're going to leave these doors open, I bet. Okay. Secure the train. Okay, so we know how to do this. So we get rid of that. We put this to... Where's my cursor? We put this to emergency. We put that there. Ah, we put this here. Right? God, I'm trying to get done. The leaf blowers, man. Unreal. That goes there. And then I take that, right? That's off, so then I take that, okay? Sit back down. I don't need to sit down to do this. I just do it out of habit. And then all these are off. All these are off, off, off. So then I can take this out. No, we're missing something. What are we missing? It's off, off, lights off, off, off. Do I need to go turn the marker lights off? Down at the other end. I'm switching back and forth between keyboard and gamepad, and that's why there's those sort of pauses. When I have to run, I do this with the gamepad. It's a lot faster. No, it says we're in the wrong place. It says we're supposed to be down here. Shut down any active controls. Oh, I thought I did that. 130 root maps added. Yay me. Okay. So, do we want to close doors? What is... I'm trying to think what could be active. So that is to emergency. That's there. Master key is off. 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 Do we need to close the doors? Is that it? So that would be over here. Lock forward doors. Rearward doors. And I don't even know if that can happen with the key out. You know what? I'm sticking with it. We're gonna finish this one. Last week I did that off camera. So, no, lock forward doors. Lock rearward doors. Lock forward doors, okay. Is that what it wants? I'm gonna take the key. Nope, that doesn't seem to be what it wants. That's out, that's out. Everything else is off, that's all off. I'm going to go down to the other end and try the marker lights. Right. And we're running. So open that. Open that. Okay. Run down here. Tanking the frame rate in here again as well. Curious if this is, I'll look off camera, but I'm curious if this has a lot of track outside. That seems to be the culprit. Right, so then we go here. We go here. We go here. It's definitely not. Okay. I'm going to keep looking. I'm going to keep looking, and I'm going to keep recording. I don't care how long it is now. Moment. Forgot something. OCD says, I got to go close this door. Right, so where is it? Where is it? It's right there. Okay. So that is closed. Shut down any active controls. Deactivate the master key. I'm trying to think what else could be active. The throttle is in the emergency brake position. Reverser is in key out. The key is out. The lights are off. I'm trying to think what else is there. Is there anything behind me? Anything up here? I mean, I can just start throwing switches, but I feel like I don't really know what these do. Don't need that. Alerter cutout. It's not that. No, it's not that. So it's not that. And that can't come out unless that's there. And that won't go there unless that's there. So that has to be there, and that has to be there. And then that can be there. Counter light's off. It's off, off, off. Do something with that? Nope. Not that. That. I'm at a loss, man. It's not that. Didn't think it would be. What's this down here? So it's none of these. Maybe I did this backwards. Maybe this needs to be. Maybe those need to be in and not out. I'm sure all of this is contained in the manual. And what's the other end? Okay. But these are on the other side, so these do want to be closed. What's that do? Nothing. Parking brake control. I mean, I can just throw some switches, see if this does anything. Nope. Nothing there. No, everything seems to be. So that goes there. Goes back there. I don't know, man. What do you think we should do? Anything over here? No, nothing there, nothing there. Nothing there. I mean, there aren't that many more controls. Master key off. This won't move. Right? So that's locked. That's locked. That's something else. That doesn't have that. Don't need that. There. Something to do with the brakes. Nope. Nothing there. Not there. That's off. I wonder if we have to turn. Oh, no. No. Oh. Oh. Game. Oh. Game. Oh. Oh. You know what? I want to put that back in there, and that goes there. Oh. Oh. Hmm. So then that goes there. That goes there. That goes there. Jeezy Pete. Oh. But I'm telling you what, man. How crazy is it that I got a comment before any of this from somebody telling me you turn the marker lights on and off on the other end of the train? How crazy is that? Oh, game. See how we did. Yeah, see, I thought we were late for everything, but we made it to a few things on time. Holy smokes, this is like one of the longest videos I've ever done in ever. Folks, whew, I gotta gather myself here. Folks, thanks for stopping back to check out The Portable Gamer. Thanks for joining us for another episode of Train Sim World. This is the Long Island Railroad DLC. And we'll see you next time. Take care now.